It's officially April, so let's go through my April TBR. Starting with new releases I think I'll actually read. I did a video on 15 of the new releases coming out in April, and it's about to be a huge book month, but we're going to be realistic about the ones that I think I'm really going to get to this month. Starting off with two that are coming out on the 1st, Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on Dead Man and Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. The Abby Jimenez is contingent on me finishing the rest of her backlog, but I will definitely be reading the second Vera Wong book. The first was a quiet favorite of 2024 that I honestly don't see enough people talk about. And on April 8th, we're getting Firebird by Juliet Cross. It's a fantasy novel that I am so excited about. And then April 15th, one of my top anticipated reads of 2025, we're getting Wild and Wrinkled by Lila Sage, and I will be reading that on release day. Already read the first 5 chapters, and I am so excited for Kim and Dusty's story. April 22nd, we're getting Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Again, this is also contingent on me finishing the rest of her backlog, but Emily Henry and Abby Jimenez's backlogs are both top priorities for me to get to. And then on April 24th, we are getting Sawyer by Jessica Peterson. I read Cash and Wyatt both in the same day in December, so I have a feeling I will be reading this one just as quickly and loving it just as much. And I do use Libby through my local library, and I do love it. And I have 6 holds that I've been waiting for that are all going to pop up in the next 2 weeks or so. Starting with Hello Beautiful by Anne Napolitano. This was on my March TBR, but I have the physical copy, and I think having it on Kindle will get me to read it because I read Kindle books so much faster. Makes it a lot easier for me to read when I'm not home and kind of keeps my momentum going. So I put it on hold, and that'll be popping up very soon. I'm also going to be getting Not in Love by Ellie Hazelwood. My first Ellie Hazelwood was Bride, and I didn't love it. But then I read Deep End, and I did love it. So now I'm going to try this one because I've seen people say if you love Deep End, you'll probably like it. But let me know what other books from her I should read. Then I'll be reading Lies He Told Me by James Patterson and David Ellis. You know that I've kind of been off my thrillers lately, but this is the BRBT book of the month, so I am going to read it along with the book club. I also put The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna on hold to try to help get me to read it since it is quite long, even though I do have the physical copy. I'm like 50-50 on if I'll get this read this month. I am very much a mood reader. Kristen Hanna books are quite heavy, so if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to force it. Then I'm going to be reading The X-Vows by Jessica Joyce, and I'm going to be listening to Ina Garten's memoir, Be Ready When the Luck Happens, and I'm so excited for it. And those are the only 2 sides of my TBR I'm making this month. I decided to just stick to a new release TBR and a Libby TBR, and then I did make an overall spring TBR that I'm going to refer back to, but I've been feeling kind of slumpy, not fully in a reading slump, but just not as motivated to pick up books lately, so I kind of just want to lead into whatever I'm feeling. Kind of feel free to pick up whatever Kindle Unlimited book I want or anything off my physical TBR, but let me know what you're reading in April and what new releases you're excited for.